though. I mean, they did not get a win with this one yesterday. They did they go 0-4 yesterday?
Infinity?
Yeah,
Yes.
they did,
They did.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough day. Yeah, against No Ping and Infamous to end the night. Yeah, that was a those are some rough games. And, they go back to the Dark Willow. They feel like it's, definitely a comfort pick of theirs. It's great against the Enigma. Terrorize from downtown, baby. You just dunk on them. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's got to be my guess would be a 4-position Wind Ranger. I think because Sexy Yogi is the 5 and he's been playing the Willow. So that would make the most sense in my opinion. How do you feel about the Axe here?
I'm not a fan. I think the hero's a lot weaker now that it doesn't do damage with the counter helix attack spins. It's the fact that they nerfed creep cutting at the beginning of the game makes it a little bit weaker as well. Dark Will is a hero that actually has a little bit of kill potential on the axe as well. If they choose to run this in position 5, not a big fan of this one.
Okay.
It's decent with the Snapfire in the lane, though, if they run these two together, cooking on top of someone and get the Berserker's call off. But I feel like making a mistake and putting yourself out of position for that one is like kind of amateur hour-ish. And this is the best Dota NA and SA has to offer. Let's be real here.
Yeah, they're not going to make those mistakes.
Yeah,
I love the fact that Snapfire is back into the meta, that we're seeing it picked up here and there. It is one of my absolute favorite supports to play. I just love the entire personality of this character. There's certain heroes that you play because their personalities are so fun. And for me, it's like Snapfire and Mars, go figure, some of the newer heroes that I just absolutely enjoy playing. They're going to respond with a Lifestealer here against 2 pretty beefy offlane heroes. This is a good one.
Now, I'd like to point out that it isn't Tao playing today on Infinity. It's going to be Ben Jazz instead. We've seen
interesting.
Yeah, Ben Jazz was playing as well yesterday, and so was Tao. But they're having a stand-in for Mariano, who is now I think he's over in Bucharest now, or he's about to be.
Well, PP is back in the mid lane.
Yeah, PP's returned, though. I'm a big fan of him, but not having Mariano, it looks like they're using Ben Jazz for the remainder of the tournament. So, Infinity, I guess, friends with the G Pride boys, right?
It would seem so. Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm. FG do have the majority of their lineup here. They are using, from SG Energy, the mid laner. And I think they will be using him for the rest of the tournament.
JH? Yeah.
Yeah. JH. It always confused me because we're in the pick screen right now. It just got Yo instead of JH.
Yeah.
Oh, end up forgetting that one. The only reason I know SG Energy is because they happen to perform reasonably well at a couple of events, and they have Hiko on the team, and I absolutely love Hiko.
10 seconds.
That man is a lot of fun to talk to, and he is a lot of fun when he plays Dota. He's a Rubik player as well, so he's just good.
That's fair, man. That's fair. What do you think? They've got this Morphling, Faceless Void Band. They respond with Tiny and the Storm Spirit. They need a mid lane, or they're running a 4 position. I mean, no, they got Bat Rider. They need a safe lane carry. What am I talking about? So they need into the Lifestealer. There's not a lot of great options. You could take, as much as I don't like the hero, Juggernaut is not bad here.
Really? You like Juggernaut here?
It's actually not a bad Jug game.
Interesting.
Phantom Lancer is also pretty good. This is a dream Phantom Lancer. You just go Phantom Lancer here, right? Like this, you're against Bloodseeker, Dark Willow, Lifestealer. The only thing you have to worry about a little bit is going to be the Focus Fire of Wind Ranger, and then them potentially picking a Lishrak here.
The band up Morphling. You know what? I'm with you. I'm with you, Ricky. I think you should either grab the Juggernaut or the PL. I think those are solid grabs.
There is still a Gyrocopter option, which, isn't bad. We just haven't seen a ton of it. Okay, they go the Luna. A little bit safer pick. Not as susceptible to, like, the Lishrak if the Lishrak comes out here. Builds a BKB pretty much every game.
Mm-hmm.
So, Infinity, they need a mid laner. Something that can beat the Bat Rider, but also give them some additional catch. Potentially a Vessel for the Lifestealer as well. None of that. Okay, it's just going to be Invoker.
That's not necessarily true. They can get a Vessel on this hero.
No, I meant like a vessel for the lifestealer in terms of
Oh.
like to carry him into the fight. Not a
Sorry.
spirit. It is
like
it is a
that-
good spirit vessel game though, and so Invoker will probably be picking that one up.
Yeah, sorry about that. Vehicle for the life stealer. You
Yes,
mean that's the
that's
term,
another
that's the
word.
term.
Yes, would be vehicle. Correct.
Yeah. I'm just a big fan when you hop with the catapult, you get yourself the sick ride and get out of there.
Sick
Anyways,
wheels, bruh. Mind if I destroy them real quick?
uh, it's always fun when you're escaping. You happen to be in a catapult right beside you because there's no way that they're blowing that thing up. The fortified armor, it's just too difficult. But this, looking at the lineups here, I don't know. FG didn't have a great game earlier. Infinity had an awful day yesterday. I'm not a massive fan of either of these drafts. I'm not very big on Position 5 Enigma. I'm not very big on the Axe right now. I think Luna's a little bit underwhelming in the current patch, especially after the nerf of the Shard. But I'm not very big on Lifestealer either. I think PP's Invoker is pretty sick, but I don't know. I think as long as they focus down the Invoker in these team fights, they'll be fine. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for Lifestealer to secure himself farm in this game. If I had to choose, I would say Infinity because I like PP and not any other reasons. I'm not crazy about either of these drafts though.
I
again, you
really
do have-
like the life stealer pick here. Actually, I'm a pretty big fan of it. I think it's really solid against a lot of the heroes on the side of FG, and I hope he just goes like the Maelstrom build here as opposed to going for like the Armlet Deso build. He does need to be able to farm this game, but if he gets like a few items, they're gonna really struggle to bring him down outside the black hole.
But yeah, I feel like it's really easy to play around this 200-second cooldown spell, especially given that they ended up nerfing cooldown reduction on heroes like Enigma. Like before he had the talent, they ended up removing that one. You can't stack like Quickening Charm or Spell Prism on top of Octarine Core anymore.
Yeah.
He tends to find a little bit of farm, but when Duster's been playing his last couple of days, he goes Malefice, he goes Midnight Pulse, rather than denying any farm from the enemy team with Demonic Conversion. They did end up nerfing it at the earlier levels, though. So spamming his support is a little bit more difficult because you're not going to get the levels to have more uptime on it.
This is a very fancy Invoker set.
It is. Is this the Dark Artistry one?
It's Dark Artistry Cape with the Mantle of the Blackguard and the Immortal Hands.
Yep.
So
I'm not a fan of the Child Invoker. I'm glad he doesn't have that one.
I
The
only
fact that
run
they
the
even-
Child Invoker so that I can have the Dark Artistry Invoker. Because I don't
see.
have it.
I think the fact they added that one to Dota was a little bit weird. At least it's not as bad as League though, where all the characters they add are young girls.
Just 30 seconds.
Not wrong, actually. I think the most recent hero they just announced is exactly that.
That's almost the characters they announce, as far as I know. I've only played a single League game before. I picked Blitzcrank because I heard he was like Pudge.
Yeah, except worse in every way.
Yeah,
He's like Pudge if he wasn't fun.
yeah. But again, it was my only game that I ever played. I was using somebody's Smurf account. Not that I'd ever do something like that in Dota.
Glory.
It
Yeah.
would be wrong.
Amoral.
Yeah, immoral.
I'll be honest, Neff. I've played probably 1,000 games of League of Legends.
Gross.
At least.
It's a good thing we're not actually friends. We're just coworkers.
This is why I'm not invited to hang out with you at TI, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
we don't talk outside of work. We strictly professionals. That's it.
Yeah. Remember when PPD said that about his teammates at Optic? That was weird, man.
Wait, what? I don't remember that.
He's like, yeah, we're not really friends. We're just coworkers. I can't tell if he was joking or not. He was probably... That's like PPD humor.
It is definitely PPD humor. That is true.
A weird thing to say. I'm a big fan that he's casting TI this year. I'm glad we've got him and Aoi, both winners.
Yeah. I'm excited. Like it'll be really cool to see them.
But back on topic of this game here. In the mid lane, you have an easy time playing against the bat right here. You don't have a ton of kill potential. A lot of time you're just going to get Tornado EMP to have all your mana burned. You're rarely going to get the chance to get on top of this Invoker. You can disengage pretty easily. But he's probably not going to throw out that combo until he gets a couple more points in the Wex.
Yeah, you need the second point in Wex for the EMP to like kind of be more spammable. Early on, it is a little bit of harassment and damage, but at level 2 Wex is where it like really starts to become really annoying for the Batrider.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the Batrider has to use mana to CS, which is why this lane matchup's actually kind of good here. Well, I say that, and Batrider just denied a range creep in front of the Invoker, but...
I mean, sometimes it happens. Invoker's base damage is relatively low. He does have a very big int growth rate, though, so as the lane goes on, it gets even easier for him. He's like, what, 4.6 compared to the 2.9 on Batrider as far as damage going up every level.
Is it really 4.6?
He's a very smart guy.
I mean, he is a Grand Magus.
I think the only other character that I've memorized that's higher than him is Pugna, who's got 5.2, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. That's always really funny.
Yeah. Very big brain on that hero.
Surprising for not having one.
Just a skeleton?
He's just Mr. Skellington. His lore is so tragic.
It is, but I think most of it is just made up by slacks, right?
Yeah, probably.
I watched the
what that guy's
Lorgasm
talking
video
about.
on that one. Watched the Lorgasm video on that one. That one is pretty interesting, but he's got a lot of headcanon.
Bloodseeker top lane. Saved there. Nice shackle shot from Pamplona. Pops the Fairy Fire. Benjaz. Gonna be alright, it seems. Just outside of level 3. He will be able to salve up, though.
Yeah.
The bottom lane going pretty well for Burna. Burna, he is 17 and 1.
No.
Being able to zone out this off lane pretty well. Axe forced to just kind of lane drag at this point, right? He doesn't really want to fight into the Lifestealer.
No.
But forcing him under tower is great because you don't actually have a lot of base damage here on the Lifestealer. So farming or CSing is not as easy.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier than it used to be. They changed Feast back to do max health steal. Well, they actually committed on the Dark Willow here.
That's a lot of damage.
First crown gonna allow him to disengage, but Sexy Yogi's gonna have to get back to Sal. But yeah, creep cutting, like you said, trying to get this Vanguard done as quickly as possible. At that point, he can just fight into Burna. Until then, a little bit more difficult. Because again, they changed the feast around, so you're not just gaining life from hitting them, you're actually stealing it again.
Yeah.
It didn't really make sense when they changed it to just be like the health gain.
Yeah, it was
without the
really
heal
bad.
factor.
It was like Lifestealer became an actually unplayable character.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the whole, you know, infest an ally and take your hands off the keyboard and see if you win in 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, remember that one patch when they changed the Aghanim Scepter around? You would just infest an ally and build like Vladimir's Offering and eggs, and that was your game.
Yeah, that was. You didn't have to even do that. You could literally just go infest at 6 and then run around in your carry, and they'd have like 800 extra HP, 40% movement speed.
They changed. Well, when you jumped in, they got rage as well.
Yeah.
For a couple seconds, and then the cooldown would refresh like while you were infesting. They ended up changing all that around, so it couldn't be done after like a week because they realized, all right,
this is so anti-Dota, so anti-gamer, just AFKing at a hero.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to do this. It's like ancient Necrophos that was a thing ages ago. It's like go AFK, and this is legitimate strategy. The game has gotten better in a lot of ways over the years.
Agreed. It's been fun, though.
Mid lane. He ends up committing that EMP, and it's like we talked about, this guy is going to have a lot of trouble doing anything in this lane as Batrider. Not like the game we saw earlier when he was up against the Silencer.
I mean, Sexy Fat's actually doing really well here on the Axe. He's dragging pretty much every wave.
Yeah.
And they are unable to contest. I mean, at this point, you actually needed to block your small and your hard. He did block his own hard camp. We finally getting a kill. Oh, they're going to find Enigma, and Benjaz, if he gets this, will get back a lot of HP. That's exactly what he needs. And Leo trying to stand his ground, but with the damage in from Pamplona, it's just a little bit too much. So he's going to back off. First blood going the way of Infinity here. Oh, there's the kill. All right. PP chasing Batrider into his jungle to find it.
Yeah.
Just a little yoink on the bounty rune and see you later.
Yeah, doing this lane right now is so miserable. And oh, Dark Willow ends up going down as well.
Wait, where? Bottom?
Nope. The enemy team's base.
How did she get here?
How did she get here?
I'm
Nice
like
Rick and
looking around the
Morty
map. I'm
reference.
like, where would she have died? What?
Nice Rick and Morty reference, Ricky.
I always,
That was,
I always make that reference when given the option.
Yeah, for the fans. I like the one where you did it where you're like, I'm Pickle Rick, back in the game earlier today. You know the one.
I can't say I do.
I get in trouble gaslighting BTS earlier, gaslighting my my play-by-play cast.
I don't remember that. Benjaz top lane taking a lot of damage. PP rotating in. There's gonna be the tornado, or just the EMP cold snap onto Leo, and a great shackle. Benjaz managed to catch Duster on this silence, and tornado comes through. Leo, he's gonna go down here. Kill going the way of Pamplona, and another earn charge here for PP, and they're gonna continue the chase looking for Duster.
Yeah, he salves up and walks away though. Doesn't have boots, so he's pretty slow. And another shackle, very cool.
Yep, shackle into blood right, and just 2 quick kills going for the Invoker. Now up to 2-0 and 1.
He would have gotten the kill off on the Benjaz there, but unfortunately he got cut into and stuck in the trees behind these creeps. He ended up taking a lot of damage on the Enigma because regardless of him popping himself as he walked away there, still ended up going down. Now, mid lane, Batrider gets
That's a
EMP'd
lot
again.
of mana. JH, cookie down. He's going to be fine, but they force a TP from the Enigma to the mid lane. He wants to try and swap the bottle. Did he get it? Yeah, he did.
He did, just barely. Very nice. It would have been pretty miserable with Batrider. The moment you TP to lane, your bottle's basically empty. You've got no HP or mana, but having that refilled for him, things aren't so bad. Kind of rough for Sexy Yogi here, though.
Oh, yeah, that is a trapped inside that Midnight Pulse is pretty rough, but they really want to get PP. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Another shackle comes through. The EMP connects. JH trying to run, but he gets ruptured. Benjaz finding the kill. Meanwhile, Sexy Yogi still trying to disengage. Almost gets the deny off there, but Duster, that last auto attack, finds it.
Yeah. He actually caught an observer ward on his way out there. Dropped the sentry up to the high ground and got 2 quick attacks on it on his way out. Realized they had vision up there. That's how they initiate onto him.
All right. Meanwhile, Sexy Fat trying to keep his team in this net worth-wise is he's cleaning up a huge ancient stack. Finds himself the Possessed Mass, the Tumbler's Toy. And, I mean, he had a great time in this bottom lane, but so did Lifestyle. I mean, he completely free CS'd Duster in the mid lane. Going to lose all of his mana here once again. JH looking to try and get aggressive for this lasso, but it's not going to work. Sexy Yogi is there with a great Bramble.
Yeah. And the Cursed Crown, without a Dispel, just stopping any sort of aggression that they're able to make. At 60 Fat, nice tumble toy. That's efficiency right there. He ends up building himself phase boots instead of rushing a Blink Dagger this game, which I do kind of like. I think that you need armor up against the Lifestealer and the Wind Ranger here. He's going to be getting a lot of clicks off on you, so he's going to be playing a little bit more active and contesting the Lifestealer's farm in the bottom lane, but he's going to struggle to make plays with the rest of his team, having this Blink Dagger be, what, 1,000 gold slower than it otherwise would.
He is going for the Maelstrom build here on the Lifestealer.
What is Lifestealer up to right now? He just randomly infested a Hellbear Smasher.
Yeah, he was just, he's afraid that they're going to try and dive him, so he's just running around in a Hellbear Smasher. Leo goes down top lane. I mean, that is a big kill. Rupture being put to great use.
Yeah, and doing a lot of damage between that. Blood Red, couple auto attacks, Shackle. I mean, he's been setting up 6 Shackles this game on Pamplona, and he's only got a single point in it. I mean, it's 2 seconds at level 1, skills up to 3.8. This ability is so sick. I guess it just comes down to who's playing him.
And eventually, the best part is once you get the shackle shot duration too, and it's a 4.6 second stun.
Yeah. Very cool. It comes off in a 2 here as you basically just win the team fight.
Mom, they won't let me play.
Mom, they got 2 roars. I don't get it. At least it's better than things like Astral Imprisonment and Jules, Tornado on the Brewmaster, Bane Nightmare. Those are some truly miserable abilities.
Yes, indeed. Leo.
2 charges on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said Leo grabs bottom tower to help the catapult, but 2 charges of what? Now I need to know.
Oh, 2 charges of Astral Imprisonment was Ice Frog's worst creation.
It's quite funny.
That and Stampede on release, that one was pretty bad as well. Global stun, 60-second cooldown, hasted movement, damage.
I know what you're talking about. That sounds epic. PP gonna break the smoke here, but Duster, he actually doesn't have the mana for the black hole outside of popping the wand, and oh, okay, he just misses the tornado. Sometimes, I mean, did he think that was the real Batrider? Is that what that was?
I think so. Ended up missing. The Terrorize came out late as well. They ended up wasting a lot of abilities there. You committed pretty far forward, but if you get the escape there on Duster, I think you're happy. And it's just going to go right back to farming as well. And Axe, he's now, what, 750 gold away from this Blink Dagger. I'm pretty sure he thought that was the real Batrider, and that's why he threw the tornado. He was really worried about somebody being shackled on top of being pulled into a black hole from the Enigma.
Gonna be a DD rune bottom. Axe cleaning up more stacks here in his triangle. Leo watching in sorrow as the creeps and the money that he could have gotten go to a angry red man with an axe.
Yes, the angry red man with the axe. Axe.
What a creative name.
Yeah. You know, some of the lore is creative in Dota. Others, yeah, not so much.
He's basically the Groot of the Dota universe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pamplona diving in here, trying to find the Bloods or the Batrider. Nice EMP tornado catches the Duster, and some quick pickup. He's got that DD rune, very quick work, and they grab the mid tower as well. They also got top tower. They got him at the same time.
They did. The second fortify, the refresh didn't end up coming off. Nice. Very cool. The fortify actually comes in cool.
Oh, Snapfire mid lane. Yeah, you gotta be so careful. The damage. Oh my goodness, that is a level 4 power shot already, and now Sexybat comes in, eats a tornado. This Spirit Vessel putting in a lot of work, but guess what? There's the Lifestealer, baby. He wants to join the fight. He got the raid. He's gonna get the Alacrity as well. Chasing down the backside. Heroes, Batrider and Enigma will make it out, but they've got the kill on to Sexy Fat, the one hero having a game, and no, it's getting worse. There's a Luna there. At least there was.
Leo is down again, and they're gonna take this opportunity to farm up the enemy team's ancients. I think they just stick around here for the next like maybe 30 seconds, clear out the ancient stack a second time before the Luna comes back up, eat into their potential farm for them to pick up.
They're just gonna keep hunting. PP in mid lane, he finds Batrider, sets up another kill. Sexy Yogi grabs it with a Dark Willow. He's almost got a Midas. This Invoker, dude. Typically, you don't see Invoker super farmed because you either have to go for the Midas early, or like you're just like going double null tally and then going back for a Midas. But he's got the Spirit Vessel done. He is second on net worth, and he's about to have the Midas completed as well. 3-man smoke from the side of FG. They really want to punish this Invoker. Sexy Fat, he gets the blink, he gets the call, but can they finish off? Mortimer Kiss is coming through. He is super dead. They commit the black hole even as well. The Courier unfortunately walks right into it.
Unfortunately, Burnham might have been able to get the save off into the Invoker there if he had Infest available, but he's getting punished now.
Yeah, he's going to get lassoed up, and a second kill going their way. I mean, this is really well done. They need to get these kills. Cookie going to stun up this Dark Willow, and she cannot survive this amount of burst damage. I'm assuming Leo going to pick this one up pretty easily. Ends up going the way of Duster. Call in the mid lane. They're going down one by one. Benjaz. Quite fast, though, on this Bloodseeker. There's going to be the Shackle.
Available. It gives you vision in a tiny AoE in the center. He was slightly off with where he predicted the axe was, and he ends up pinging it out. And he actually pings out the ward as well. Figures they had vision of him there. They should have been able to land a couple of those skills. So I imagine Dark Willow going to clean that one up when he gets back up. But,
lane, PP finds the Batrider into another Shackle. Man, just watching this Wind Ranger roam around with one of these cores, constantly finding kills, it is really impactful.
Yeah, it basically all game he's been landing these big shackle shots, finding kills with either. Oh god.
They call mid lane. They find the Bloodseeker, but there's the Terrorize, sending 3 back. Can Benjaz actually make it out? Doesn't look like a Midnight Pulse, as well as the Battle Hunger is too much. Pamplona trying to chase down Snapfire here. Shackle off the mark. Has a power shot still, and there's gonna be the call coming through from Sexy Fat. Power shot, not gonna connect, and that is gonna be a kill going the way of the axe. Batrider TPing in as well, gonna stay on top of Sexy Yogi here. Oh, Cookie, a little bit of a miscommunication, but still gonna be able to find the kill pretty easily.
Yep. Hiko slightly off the mark with that. Well, Duster had turned around on that one. Don't think Duster was expecting that one to come out onto him. And Leo going to try to farm back up. So they get a little bit more control of the map, finding like 2 team fights in a row now. That one ended up being 2800 XP in their favor. Open up these new graphs real quick and see that it's a +1 level advantage. I need these numbers back though. I feel like for a new player, the experience thing is pretty helpful, but it's not telling enough to tell me like where the overall XP is between the 2 teams. This is more helpful for like somebody at a glance though.
They've got 3 heroes smoked up here on the side of Infinity, wanting to go right back into the triangle. Duster ready to break it though, as he doesn't have Black Hole available, so Pamplona, they're just gonna trap him in the corner. Ward comes down, just gonna get the D ward. They're gonna see every other hero rotating out. Is he just dead? Oh wow, that is an unfortunate cookie.
Unlucky.
What Jazz running in, trying to find the rupture, and he grabs Sexy Fat, going for the TP. The tornado?
No one can interrupt.
You just, all right, you could have thrown the tornado. He had the range. He's max Wex.
Would it have come out fast enough there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hadn't clicked the invoker there. I didn't see what he had queued up for his cooldowns. I would have assumed that would be on cooldown there, but maybe just a misplay there by BP.
Speaking of, wants to find JH, but it's not gonna happen.
Yep, and you can't find anything to Midas either. This is inefficiency right here. Imagine people would be very unhappy with that Midas being off of cooldown for like 15 seconds. Mid lane.
Yeah, nice 2-man call into the Mortimer Kisses, and Curse Crown does stun them for a moment. Infest into Benjaz, gonna give him the health he needs to just kind of get out of here.
Yep. A lot of time for like a heal in the middle of a team fight, Lifestealer is so good, able to pop in and out of a heal to kill them by like a quick 800, because it health stays as well. It's not like percentage based.
Yeah.
But there, he stayed in them to give them the extra movement speeds and allow him to escape from that team fight. Yeah, 20% movement speed bonus, pretty big. But things slow down for a moment. Pamplona's working on a Blink Dagger right now. He does need to get that to stay on top of the heroes, and they've managed to bring it back now on FG. It looked pretty rough for them at the start, but they won like 3 team fights in a row now.
Tornado EMP coming through. Gonna just burn 2 heroes' manas. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They've actually got the slight gold advantage, and Leo on the Luna is pretty much neck and neck with this Lifestealer now. They're looking really good. They're in a great position here.
Gatos comes out. I think they're just about to lose Duster.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about that one. Benjaz gonna just chase him down. Can't really force the black hole there. Sunstrike finds the kill.
Easy. Sniped out of the sky. Just enough damage to finish him off. And now making a beeline through the jungle. Realizes that Luna's probably farming up somewhere over here, but
oh, they find Axe. Rupture comes out as well, and with Burna, this should be an easy pick off. JH, he might come back in. BP though finds him underneath the wave, and that is a really rough position for this Batrider to be in. No mana left, trying to just run away through the trees. Tornado's gonna connect now, surrounded by 3. It's gonna end up costing him another death. What a great response from PP. He saw the Batrider TP in and is like, all right, I'm just gonna TP the wave as well then.
Yeah, this axe is really important to get the jump on. If you're able to get him at the start of the team fight, they don't have a great reset or ways to counter initiate onto you, especially not before this Enigma gets the Blink Dagger. And this is going to take a while, given that he's playing this on position 5. All he's got right now to his name is Boots of Speed and Aether Lens. It's a little bit easier to build this one up, given that you can buy the components. You don't lose as much when you die.
The jungle, they might have caught the Invoker, and he will go down. That's a great pickoff. That sentry up on the high ground just scouts him as Snapfire manages to catch him with a cookie. Really well played.
Funniest part of that one is immediately after getting like the 500 gold for killing the Invoker, he buys a fluffy hat. He's got big dreams.
Heck yeah, man. Let Enigma dream, sir.
I don't know what he's going for with this one. Maybe a force staff, but I think Blink Dagger is also pretty important in this game to stay on top of the life stealer or get him as he's trying to infest a target. Invoker on the back line. We'll see.
All right, mid lane tier 1 tower is going to go down. Scan under the Roche pit. Realize they're no longer in there, just kind of walking by.
Yeah.
So Leicester's got the Maelstrom, Sanj, and Yasha going to the Eye of Scotty. I mean, the Scotty this game is going to do serious work against this Luna. I mean, really anybody, but specifically Luna, if he can get on top of her, she will not have any opportunity to run away. She will have to stand and fight. And against the Leicester, that is not easy.
Yeah. As the game goes on, it's going to get even more difficult as well. Like, you're going to be fighting into shackle shots and focus fires. You're going to deal with the damage from the Invoker. You're ruptured, force to stand your ground against the lifesteal, like you just mentioned. And you have to do a lot of this by yourself. The Axe and the Battle Rider aren't going to pump out as much damage as the game goes on. Like, you're always going to have a black hole to turn things around if they end up grouping up on the Luna. But again, the position 5 Enigma isn't going to have tools like a BKB or a Blink Dagger in order to make those clutch plays and saves.
They do 5-man smoke up here on the side of Infinity. Meatball used in the mid lane just to clear it out, and they walk right into Roshan, and it seems like FG have an idea of what's going on as they smoke up themselves.
Huge for them.
I mean, if they get this Roshan in
cold.
time, it's not bad, but it is about half HP. A 4-man call comes through. Sexy Yogi, he's got interrupted. There's gonna be the Mortar Kiss. It's just raining down Hellfire on top of him. Lasso finds the Invoker, but they've managed to all survive. It's finally Duster, but the black hole gets canceled. Somehow, Infinity, they're still alive. Burna, rage in 1 second, considering turning around on top of him, but that's a BKB on the Luna.
There's way too much damage coming out of there. Forced to engage. I mean, the fact that you got out of there at all against that Axe, you got the 4-man call off, and the black hole that came out afterwards was huge. Oh my god. You got to be careful doing a play like that one. You basically set them up, you set yourself up for failure there. The Axe with the Blink Dagger all grouped up inside the Roche, but you need to leave somebody outside to cancel.
Pamplona had did a fantastic job that fight. Just immediately realizing he's like, I have to cancel the black hole. Everyone else cannot get out of the pit. Just immediately Wind runs out and just waits for Duster to walk forward, getting that black hole cancel. And if he doesn't, that fight is so over.
Yeah. They ended up catching like 3 heroes in the black hole inside the pit. They have everyone else like hugging the wall of the Roche pit. I don't think they realized that Pamplona was there ready to cancel, but absolutely huge play from this game.
Very tense here from both teams around this Roshan. Burna is just going to walk in, but
Baiting
the Midnight Pulse, they do bait it a little bit. He's trying to get on top of Duster. He's in a little bit of trouble here. A lot of damage come through. Power Shot's going to help finish him off, and Sexy Fat can't jump on anyone thanks to the Spirit Vessel. He's going to buy back on the Enigma. The Midnight Pulse is a big zoning tool here for this Roshan. Leo debating on going in as well.
Yeah. They did a great job of... Oh, all right.
They go just off the mark.
They did a great job of zoning the enemy heroes as Lifestealer initiated on to that.
Cannot afford to get bashed here. Burna goes in. Atos manages to catch the Enigma. This is going to be a dieback if he goes down. Drops Midnight Pulse, Pamplona. But the Mortimer Kiss, they throw the Bat Rider into the enemy team. But he doesn't have the lasso. He's 1 second off cooldown. PP, he's too fast. He misses. They're going to lose the Dark Willow. Trying to find Benjaz up on the high ground as well. But they're going to go back in on the Invoker. The Infest comes through. He's looking to get on top of Duster. He pops the BKB on the Luna. Nice Tornado comes out. They got to be able to zone them out, but the Lifestealer, he catches a lasso. EFB, he still managed to keep himself alive, but he's got no saves. This Lifestealer is going to go down. Without the buyback, the Roshan's going to go the way of FG.
They're going to be forced to give this one up. There's no way for the... I mean, they can try. Bloodseeker's going to attempt to contest this one. Bloodright comes down.
Bloodright does come down, just trying to zone them off. Axe not in a good spot. They just gonna go ahead and throw the gobble up onto the Bloodseeker as well. Terrorize hits him inside the pit. It's gonna send that Luna out, but there's no one there to finish it off. And Sexy Yogi just falling incredibly low himself. He's trying to do what he can. JH up on the high ground. He's stuck. He gets sniped, and Invoker, he's trapped between a rock and a hard place as Leo will be able to finish him off. Double buybacks coming through, trying to hold the Axe into place. The Bloodright's gonna catch him. He might go down, but Leo, he's in the Roche, but he just wants to finish it in time. Will the Invoker be able to do it? He cannot. Leo grabs the Aegis. Pamplona blinks in, almost snatches it, but there's gonna be the Eclipse trying to run now. Cookie not gonna connect. One hell of a fight. Is Axe out?
No,
Okay.
He didn't blink. he had a chance if he didn't press it. He would have had vision on him because of the thirst there, but he might have been able to get that blink off, or if he was very quick, disjoint the Atos as it was coming out. But like you mentioned, the real prize with that Aegis and distracting them long enough for Luna to grab that.
I mean, that's a huge swing for the Dire. It ended up costing them 3 buybacks. And Luna still ends up getting the Aegis at the end of the day, so.
Yeah, turns around 8,300 XP going the way of the Dire squad, and 4,800 the Radiant. I think some of the biggest issues there was the fact that Lifestealer wasn't able to stay on top of any heroes. Just 2 ultimate orbs and was like 700 gold off the Eye of Scotty in that team fight. He was kind of walking back and forth the majority of that team fight, not able to get his hands onto anybody. If he had the Scotty, you've got 50% slow on the Luna, Enigma, Snapfire, anyone really. You've got free reign in these fights, but without that, it is so easy to kite this guy around. That's exactly what they did.
And this fight coming out from FG was slightly botched. I mean, they threw that Bat Rider in with 2 seconds cooldown on that lasso. Otherwise, it would have been a even more brutal initiation from them. Bottom lane, Invoker here underneath the tower. JH, he's going to get scouted. PP.
Pops the BKB to try to jump him. Axe is off the mark with that one as well.
But they found him.
But
they found him. Duster gets hurled on in, and that is a dead Invoker. A fantastic find, as it is a dieback. It's going to be sidelined for 90 seconds. I mean, if you're Infinity, you got to push top. You can't come back, right? You've got to get something.
I think you just have to give up a Rax here. I'm going to be honest with you. Without the Invoker to stall things out, to throw tornadoes, EMPs, they're not able to defend this, and they recognize this now. They've got Black Hole up still.
They have a lot, and that gobble up's in just a couple seconds. Duster, he doesn't have a blink dagger, but who needs it? You've got a long-range artillery.
Duster, the human cannon, he's playing beside Hiko here, so getting prepared to be thrown in. Burna, you don't really want to go for this.
I mean, he's got the Scotty. He can do a lot of damage.
You have to be concerned about Black Hole coming out in response, though. I mean, sitting on the back line here, ready to interrupt it if they have to, but...
Sexy Fat, stuck in a no-fun zone.
He can walk diagonally out of that one, but he wasn't looking to go in that direction. I don't think he would have been even further away from his team, so just ended up blinking out.
A good hold from Infinity, indeed, but you're starting to have a Luna problem. Yeah, and he lost to tier 3. Leo on his way to the Satanic, and he finds an Elven Tunic. Okay. It doesn't get much worse than that for the Lifestealer.
No. I mean, at the very least, he's got a Maelstrom. But he's not level 20 yet. He doesn't have any evasion. He has to deal with that on the Luna. On top of her Butterfly. Actually, Luna's going to continue to hold the Paladin Sword. She's looking to just stand her ground against a Lifestealer and lifesteal him down.
I guess he's on his way to an MKB. Like, since she showed the Butterfly already, evasion is not going to be as useful once he grabs the MKB, especially with the Maelstrom as well, but they're looking to fight in the mid lane. Ward Sentry scouted outside the base. They know that that's there, but Burna. This is just Luna, man. The Glaives just shredding right through these barracks, and you do have these Brambles, which are going to be very annoying for them to deal with, but it's not enough. Shackle comes through. Maybe they can. Aegis still holding this Luna in place, but the Glaives, yeah, they're just going to do everything that they need. Another Atos
gonna be able
comes
to burn
through.
down the Luna here, but you know she doesn't care. She's going to lose this Aegis in another 50 seconds anyway.
She's like, which way can I walk? Not this one. I mean, you got the barracks. You have a rupture though. That is your potential play here, but he doesn't get the rupture off in time. Like you said, you're still going into a black hole. You're still going into the axe call. It is so difficult to initiate on this Luna. The chip damage was there, but it's not enough. PP just trying to farm the outside of the map as he's on his way to a BKB.
Yeah. Speaking of Dusters, we're going to BKB as well. He figures he doesn't need a Blink Dagger with Hiko on his team. He's been playing beside him the majority of this game. He actually picked up an Aether Lens as well in the Snapfire. The reason for that is you have a little bit more gobble up range. You're able to save allies that are sitting beside things like well, I was going to use Black Hole as an example, but they're on their side. There's not anything super big on the side of Infinity, but maybe you could like walk to the edge of a Blood Right as it comes out and get the gobble up onto him. Just gives you a little bit more time. It's much easier to work with than putting yourself out of position.
More save range on the cookie too, right? You can throw it from farther away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It definitely feels pretty good. It's not really for the range on the Mortimer kisses or the gobble or the spit out. It's definitely just like a save factor with the gobble up. Pretty popular. Same sort of thing that you see on Earth Spirit every so often with the stone form. We saw that the other day. That was the attempt to save people from the chronosphere, right?
Yeah, that was not the play. That was
It didn't end up working, but it was an idea for sure.
ideas were had indeed.
Yeah. The logic on this one, anyways. He's going to go for the Blink Dagger and Aghanim Shard next on the Snapfire. I mean, this is the standard build on Snapfire. They jump in with the Blink Dagger, stun with a Scatter Blast, follow up with the Cookie.
Dude, I
In here
love
with two
that
stuns
shard.
feels really
It's
good.
so cool.
Yeah. It pushes them just enough distance away that you can line up a nice Fire Snap afterwards as well. And, like, back off finally. Not feeling super confident without the Aegis. They do have a 7k now with advantage right now. They're going to try to smoke into them here. This is not going to be an easy play, but you do have freshly completed BKB on PP. You're 300 gold off your BKB on the Bloodseeker, though. Hopefully,
In.
that doesn't
Find
bite you in the
Duster
ass.
up on the high ground. Atos comes through. Enigma. He's just going to go down. No reason to commit the black hole there. He knows his fate's pretty much sealed, so good restraint from Duster. The other side of the fight, they do manage to find Leo trying to pop that BKB. This is a big one if they get it. Not going to connect, though, on that Terrorize, and just gets gobbled on out. Leo will be safe.
BTS needs to be able to get on top of him, get the Rupture off, but he can't commit super far in these teams without the BKB. He's finally does have it completed. It's being flown out to him right now. So, aggressive plays. As long as they have superior vision over them, they can Rupture off onto the Luna. I think the goal is to pick off Luna's allies rather than fight directly into her, because she's going to be too hard to kill with this Butterfly Satanic now.
Some really big jungle items here. Sexy Fan managed to find a Spider Legs. And you have the Cloak of Flames on Bloodseeker, which is pretty sick. Lifestealer getting the Titan Sliver. I mean, these are like pretty much top tier jungle items you can find on those heroes for sure. And Burna on his way to that Monkey King bar. Still got a ways to go, though.
Yep. Queues up a Monkey King bar on the Luna as well. Realize that Lifestealer's 16% evasion is going to be a little bit annoying to deal with, as is the 100% evasion on Ben Flana when he pops the Wind Run. MKB, they buff the attack speed still. You can avoid going, a lot of people do these days. Essentially just used for the True Strike against a Butterfly. I think that at that point, when they both have MKBs completed, Lifestealer will be a little bit better in the 1v1 matchup.
Four-man smoke here from the side of FG, trying to find someone aiming in the triangle, but Infinity's just farming in their own side of the map. They are too afraid to actually go too far out. Sexy Yogi might be the one that gets found here. And I guess he will take it as he just walks right into JH. He can't really escape, though, thanks to the call there from Sexy Fat. And that's going to be a dead Dark Willow. But they're looking for one on the high ground. Gobble Up does not connect, though. Duster shot way far into this fight, though. And Wind Ranger? Oh, what a shackle. Managed to get it off. Burna's like, see ya, dude. Like, I want no part of this. Last... PP?
A bold move, but
How did he get there? How did he get there?
You know, the Rick and Morty reference is funnier the first time.
No, that was the genuine curiosity. I don't know how he actually got there. Like, he was top lane a few moments ago. Did he TP out to the outpost for that?
He's got Boots of Travel and Blink Dagger.
Why, thank you.
And the TP'd over to it.
That is unlucky for the Invoker.
What can you do? I don't know. They're not going to be able to hold. Then that's every time the Invoker goes down, they feel confident enough to push these buildings. Lifestealer doesn't have the MKB completed yet either. So
Just gonna lay into the Luna. The damage there and the Gobble Up to save her.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's upset about... Okay, well, and he's max HP. Okay, not that upset anymore. Lots of spells committed from Infinity for this one, and they're very happy about that.
Yeah. The real thing to be upset about is if he spits you out afterwards.
Oh my gosh, while ruptured?
Yeah.
All right, I want to see it. Do it, please, Hiko. Send that Luna flying. Would that count? Aren't you invulnerable in the air?
No.
I think you are.
No.
Oh my god. It'd be so funny. Four-man smoke comes in from Infinity. They're going straight into the Roche pit. Scan does come out. Sunstrike will reveal it. You've got to get the long wraparound, but look at the ward set up here from the side of FG. They feel so comfortable taking this fight, and Berna is going to walk right into the front of the pit. Luna actually gets bashed, but out for the moment. There's the lasso finding this lifestealer. He's just getting bursted apart. He goes down without the buyback. They take down Enigma, but he's got buyback. Sexy Fat ruptured up on the high ground here, gets the D ward. Now he's just kind of stuck. Sexy Fat, will he make it out for the time being? Sunstrike on the mark, it gets the kill, but Leo, the damage being done, Roshan falling low. He's just committing for this. He wants to get this kill. Can they get into the pit in time? Sexy Yogi, he doesn't see it quite yet. The bash from the Roche, can he terrorize him out? It does come through, but he gets the Aegis.
On the backside of the fight, Duster ended up committing the black hole, but it's instantly interrupted by Pamplona.
And they're looking for more Duster. He's going to be the next to fall down. Can they get the Luna here? It's why she pops the BKB. Get a TP out. JH on the run. Doesn't have mana for TP, actually.
They do get vision of this one. If he can get the...
Oh, no. He didn't connect with the Bramble.
That one hard to do, so... Manages to get out just barely on the bat right. You end up committing 3 buybacks in total, 2 on the side of Infinity. They desperately need to take that fight, and they do come out on top there, but the Aegis ends up going the way of Luna.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're still not that upset if you're FG. Like, yes, you gave about 2,500 gold on over to the other team, but you forced the Lifestealer buyback, slowing down his MKB even more, as he didn't really get anything out of this fight at all. Oh, the Gust! The Ato is holding Luna in place. She doesn't have to pop. Oh, she doesn't even have BKB. She had to commit it to TP out. They know she's stuck here. First life down.
She lost her Satanic too. She popped that when she was stunned.
Sexy Fat, his blink's interrupted. They can't save her. Luna in a terrible spot. Reflected, trying to keep her life with the Lotus Orb, but Berna just doing the damage. Chain stunning her down. They get the kill. Luna, caught out of place, does have buyback, but that is a huge win for the side of Infinity.
Sexy Fat could have stopped that one. He could have just walked towards the Lifestealer and called him.
No, Sexy Yogi was on top of him the whole time. Lifestealer is gonna get out. Status resistance from that shard or from the Titan Sliver, as well as that Sanjinyasha. He tried. He honestly tried on the Sexy. Oh, a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I felt that. No, he was standing right here. I saw towards the Luna was still like what, 40% HP. He could have just walked towards him and then pressed Berserker's Call.
Yeah.
Before the Luna went down. The Lifestealer is the only one doing damage to this Luna. I think she could have gotten out of that one if you had walked forward like that. You might have gone down on the axe. You might have lost both of you, but I think it was worth trying to do.
Well, they're going to try and force the buyback. If they can get it, they are in a much better position here. 55 seconds before she's back up, and no black hole, no lasso. This is as good of a time you're going to get on Infinity.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have any saves from Berserker's Call on axe. You jump forward.
Oh, he gets the rage off, though. And there's going to be the Gale, pushing them all into harm's way. And it's going to be the Enigma, who's not where he wants to be, but the Gobble Up's going to save him. Well played again by Hiko on this Snapfire. The question is, can they go for more? It looks like they're afraid. They're going to just back out. They're respecting the Dire lineup. I mean, that Gale Force is doing work.
Yeah, 1,400 gold, putting everybody out of position in a team fight. And, I think it's just the surprise factor of it. You can use them from so far away.
It's global, man. Like, you're just like, oh, suddenly I'm moving the wrong way. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, and people aren't used to it yet either, so they're not really that sure on how to deal with it. It just kind of comes out of nowhere onto you, and you panic in situations like that. These people played thousands of games of Dota, and something new happens. I'm like, oh god, I don't like this. What's going on here?
Real quick question. They actually picked up the Lunar Blessing damage on the Luna, as opposed to the Eclipse mini stun. Is that normal?
No.
Well gotten gains.
I mean, it's extra damage, but you don't have many right clickers. In fact, Hiko ended up going for the plus 20% Mortimer Kisses slow, so
yeah,
Hiko's not benefiting from this.
That's what I was gonna say. I immediately clicked the Snapfire. I was like, maybe he went little shredder damage, but he did not. So
I guess he figures my main opponent is this Lifestealer. I'm going to do whatever I can to be able to fight him inside his rage, and a 35 damage is something that he values then.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm a little bit concerned about that one as well. I feel like the mini stun when you're fighting into some of these other heroes is going to be pretty important. That 35 damage.
It also gives you potential for an Aghanim Scepter on third Roche, which is like really strong if you have the mini stun.
Yeah.
Witchbane, that's an interesting item. Not that great this game, I suppose.
I don't know. Maybe if you had more right clickers on your team, it would make more sense. But
They're gonna put it on the Snapfire. All right, just have a target cleanse. Not too bad.
he doesn't have the global lunar blessing either.
Woo! Benjaz finds a way out of there with the Trickster Cloak. Otherwise, he might have been in trouble. What were you saying, though?
He doesn't have the global lunar blessing either. And he went the -8 Moonglave's damage reduction instead of the Lucent Beam mini stun. He doesn't have Aghanim Shard either. I mean, it's not as worth going the 1400 gold out of your way for the Aghanim Shard, but I feel like those are really good talents.
Yeah, they definitely are. Game's slowing down. I mean, it's very even between these two teams. 28 to 23. You still got the... Well, I mean, you can play for next Roche. I don't know what your other options are. Actually, smoked up in the mid lane. They're going to try and jump the Hex onto the Luna. Instant Duster. He's trying to come in, try and save him with the Black Hole. But do they have the damage to kill? Force sends him back to Black Hole, though. On the Lifestealers, Luna just going to heal back up with the Satanic. He can't close the gap. The damage has been done. That's going to be a dieback. Benjaz trying to finish off the Batrider. He does get the kill. Looking for the Enigma. They've got him. One more auto attack's all that he needs. But can they get Leo? The Rupture holding him in place, but it's about to expire. The call from Sexy Fatty takes him down. Pamploma sniped by JH, and they're looking for more as Leo spit forward but does not find the Invoker. A huge fight for the side of FG. Honestly, Nev, what is your opinion on the Gale Force in that fight?
My opinion was, it was good. They just couldn't finish off the Luna. They didn't have quite enough damage.
Oh, nice dodge by PP there. Almost gets caught by the call.
They tried to punish Hiko there because he walked forward. He didn't have the gobble up available because he was on cooldown. They realized that, but they couldn't save Leo. Instead, they just ended up, I guess the Gale Force just ended up gapping just a little bit quicker for the Enigma, but I don't think it would have mattered in the grand scheme of things.
Pamplona tries to jump on bottom lane. There's gonna be the gobble up. He just sends him onto the Invoker. And PP goes down. That's GG. They call it. They know they got no buybacks left, and FG will take game number 1.
In such a close game. I feel like if you manage to finish off that Luna there, you just end up winning the game. They wouldn't have had to have much of a way to respond to that one, but just barely clutching that fight out, Luna getting out of there. I was confused at why they were so gung-ho about jumping onto her in that team fight, but the gobble up again on cooldown, them trying to take advantage of that. Absolutely insane plays on FG turning that one around, though. Duster managing to get that black hole off, and with absolutely no items. All he's got is the 4-staff Ether Lens. He managed to get the perfect black hole. Burn was absolutely all of the damage they had at the end of that game.
So that's what I was going to mention. The black hole was actually set up by the Gale Force.
Yeah,
he pushed
he
Enigma
walked
from the
forward.
backside of the fight right into the lifestone. And he's like, oh, hello there.
Yeah, but he could have just 4-staffed himself forward
Yeah.
or walked forward and caught him at like the very edge. He ended up getting a little bit close to the lifesteal that he needed to. I don't think it would have made the difference because lifestealer was walking towards the Luna and needed to continue to walk towards the Luna where the Enigma was.
Incredible first
So,
game. Super exciting series. I mean, we talked about how this is so important for both of them. It could be a deciding game on which team actually advances, and FG put themselves in a really good spot here. Infinity will need to come back with a win in game number 2, but I mean, oh, that was nuts. That was super exciting. Really good game.
Oh yeah, and nothing like the last series to close the day. Things getting heating up. I got my second win for sure. We are here, 7 games done, 1 to go. These teams have been putting on a hell of a performance today.
They really have. All right, we'll see what we can do. We're going to have one final break. But before we do, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, N1Bet, keeping this tournament running. So for those of you who don't know, you can head on over to bts.gg/N1Bet. Enter code BTS Dota, and you'll get yourself a little bit of a stimmy as a little bit of a bonus money there to put towards your bets on the actual games. Go figure. It's what you do there. So again, thank you so much, N1Bet, for sponsoring the tournament. If you guys want, again, you can check out a banner below the stream, which will have the actual link as well. But yeah, that's about it. We got 1 game left. Neph, 7 down, 1 to go, like you were saying. We're going to go to a short break, everyone. Stay tuned for the 8th and final game of the night between Infinity and FG. We'll see you after the break.